Welcome to All Change, the programme that puts design at the heart of the learning experience. A school's environment can help or hinder the way that children learn. Many of our schools were built decades ago and are now in a pretty poor state. Cold, dark, depressing spaces that don't inspire children at all.
But simple, effective design principles can be used to improve learning environments, and it needn't cost a lot of money.
Today we're at Thistley-Huff High School in Stoke-on-Trent, where we're going to be making some changes to an entrance hall to create a really exciting space which celebrates the school and showcases its pupils' achievements.
And also in today's All Change, we visit architects involved in developing new learning environments. We take a look at an exciting government project building schools for the future. Blue sky design for an urban secondary school. And the transformation of a school in South East London. Collaboration and quality design have led to a bright future for a school once in special measures. And are you sitting comfortably? We showcase the chairs that could make a double maths lesson more bearable.
Thistley-Huff was built in 1938 as a girls' school. At the time it was described as a masterpiece of architectural initiative and cost £64,000. I love the Art Deco feel of the building, but inevitably over time, the fabric has taken a battering. Today it's an 11 to 16 mixed comprehensive with Arts College status. Staff are keen to continue to use innovative design to create fantastic learning environments. Thistley-Huff is a vibrant and exciting place to learn, but this tired entrance hall doesn't tell us anything about the personality of the school. When you walk in, you're struck by the dull colours, the unflattering lighting, the uncomfortable seating, and the really tired displays. What we're going to do is change all of that. We're going to modernise this entrance. We're going to make it vibrant and we're going to make it fun. We're going to keep some of the original features, but we're going to change the way that people view the school. So, we're going to change the displays, we're going to change the lighting, we're going to do something about the seating, and we're going to brighten up the whole area.
This is the studio of the All Change design team, Shalanda de Cruz in Birmingham. A practice with a strong track record of cost-effective designs for education. John Craig is our project manager, Marco de Cruz is our designer.
Raising the ceiling by removing these lights and putting them in the coffered space and just making it a light, bright space that the school can be proud of.
The design aims to meet the school's desire for a bright contemporary space that showcases the achievements of its pupils.
Did I hear something about the floor?
Yes.
Marco wants his design to complement the Art Deco origins of the space, but he's replacing the rather depressing 1930s colour scheme.
We're going to have to tell our electrician we want to run just a square conduit and just go up to those strips. Just a little.
Where's the main power source?
We don't know.
I always thought the entrance hall had fantastic potential, you know, in terms of the shapes in there. But it was just so dowdy. The colours of it and the flooring, it just did not reflect the vibrant nature of the rest of the school, really. So we have talked to the children and talked to the staff about what to do, but we just never had a good enough direction or good enough ideas to actually get on with it.
There's no wow factor as you come in. There's nothing which indicates, gosh, you know, this is a nice place to be, and nothing which reflects really what's going on within the school, which is absolutely superb. There's masses of good practice. And you walk into this brown pool, and it just hasn't got it. It's where they bring their parents. It's where, when they have presentation evenings, celebrations, whenever there's a performance, that's the area that they move through. And I think that's very sad when you walk in and it's just, oh well, you know, when we're at school again.
There was lots of consultation with the school to include the things Yvonne Lawson and her pupils wanted.
Then above that is where our plasma is going. Now, we need to decide whether we're going to try and recess that or not. What we're trying to do for the school is respond to what they want. I think that's the key, is to understanding what the needs of your clients are. And after the conversation that I had with Yvonne, it became clear that the reception area really isn't doing the school justice. They need more light, more space. They want to showcase what they're doing in the performing arts and also the artwork of the pupils. And it's about making a space that they can be proud of.
So it's out with the old displays and furniture, that tired old TV set, and even more grotty green chairs. We'll be brightening up the brown reception area, and the school's paying for a plasma screen as the design centrepiece. Right from the start, teachers, pupils and the school community threw themselves into the project. Removing all that brown varnish takes elbow grease.
All this band along here is going to be a lilac colour. The rest is going to be white out the side.
One of the staff, Eddie Eagles, is a trained joiner. He's boxing in some wiring, but qualified electricians will install the lighting paid for out of the school's £3,000 budget.
So John, things are well underway here. Tell me what you've been doing.
Well, the main thing actually at the moment is Marco's lighting, actually. And what I'm making here is boxes, but light boxes. Now, the idea is to take all the old lights away, because they weren't very bright at all, and to really light up these curves. Now, if you imagine how different you feel on a bright sunny day, you feel very cheery and bright, and on a gloomy day, not so good. Well, the idea is to take away the gloom from all this entranceway and make it bright and sunny, as much as you possibly can.
So that's the first impression people are going to get when they walk into Thistley House.
Yeah, that it really is bright, and also by getting rid of all the actual brown paint as well. That sort of nicotine colour as well, and that's why all the white has been covered in. So it really will sparkle.
Over the next 10 to 15 years, the government plans to transform every secondary school in the country. Next year alone, they're going to be spending £5.5 billion refurbishing or building new schools. But every school's different. It needs to serve its own community. That's why DFES has been working with some of the leading architects in the country to think about what the learning environments of the future might be like. Allsop Architects in Battersea are one of 11 practices appointed by the DFES to come up with designs for the schools of the future. The designs were called exemplars. They're meant to stimulate radical ideas for new learning environments wherever the new schools are built. The sites the architects worked with do exist, but were kept anonymous to encourage unfettered thinking.
The design we've come up with is actually quite a challenging, perhaps design in terms of its appearance and its kind of legibility as a new proposal, but is actually some very fundamentally clear principles of the design layout of the building.
I can tell you the ideas that we're talking about.
The practices were given a partner school to help inform their designs, and a buddy from the DFES's School Building and Design Unit to act as a client.
The children and the teachers and the governors are the most creative people if given the opportunity. They give you the big ideas. We have ideas ourselves, but they actually have much more interesting fundamental ideas which we can then carry through. And suddenly they get ownership of the process as well. From our point of view, it's trying to encourage them to see that they've been involved in the process and involve them at design stages where they can come in and look at the design and say, we don't like that or that bit's great, but to actually get them stimulated but part of that design process. The site we were given was an inner-city site, a very small site of about 1 hectare in size. And the challenge there was to design a multi-storey school solution. And that brings its own challenges, particularly for a school, in that you haven't got large expanses of space to put playing fields and social area, and all the issues that come with multi-storey schools in terms of moving children around, how you arrange the building itself, how you create a social space or heart to the school when you've got very limited area and footprints on the ground. And our approach was to take the site and try and integrate it with the local community and actually the street pattern of the surrounding area. So we actually had a true street running through the site with the school elevated above that. And the school children would then rise up via escalators into a new atrium which formed the heart of the school, where the main parts of the school buildings are arranged either side. And we also had to then look at how our school might be developed and taken and applied to other sites around the country. Because as the BSF programme starts to unfurl, other local authorities will come to the market and say well, they want a number of schools built under the BSF programme. The BSF programme, the exemplars, are blueprints, they're reference schemes or a generic design for how the school of the future might look and be developed. This is actually the atrium. Our school is arranged around a central atrium, which is the dynamic hub of the school itself, which is actually full of learning activity. It then has a series of lily-like structures suspended in the school environment. And these again form part of the learning areas which are for, say, sixth form study and breakout and chill-out spaces for the children. This sequence takes you through how the traditional classroom might evolve in the future, from a sort of 60 or 59 square metre space into maybe 100 square metre space as the classroom, the barriers and the partitions start to break down. And these allow different types of activity to take place in the same space, and also anticipate in the future that space breaking out so the actual learning environment starts to become much more open and less focused on a kind of regimented 30 desks all facing a whiteboard. The main emphasis was to try and develop skills now which can actually evolve over time, and I think the problem they've had in the past is many skills built today are very inflexible and almost out of date as soon as they open, and it's trying to anticipate and give them the flexibility for the future.
The work's progressing really well. The plasma screen has arrived and is going to go on this wall. It's going to be a real feature as people walk in because the school motto is going to be above it with comfortable seating on either side, a really nice place to wait. Over here we're going to box in the electrical cables, making this a nice clean wall. Where Yvonne's painting, there are going to be display areas for people to put artwork and showcase again things that the school's proud of in terms of student work. At the front door, we've given it a fresh coat of paint, a really nice impression as you walk in. And in the school office, we're going to frost the bottom panes of glass, allowing still visibility for those in the office to be able to see visitors as they come in and out. So, John, what's still to do?
Sharon, it's all about teamwork, as you well know, and it's more painting, more drilling, sticking letters on, getting these display cabinets actually put together, and basically, I suppose that's it, really.
So everyone's going to be working hard?
They are working hard already, actually. I mean, they're doing really, really well. And actually, they're really enjoying it, which is even better.
Pupils worked with teachers in the school's workshop to help John Craig get his lighting pelmets constructed and installed in the ceiling spaces. It was typical of the school's determination to take ownership and responsibility for the design.
We really did try and do our best with this area. We had a lot of displays, we had a lot of cabinets with trophies in and everything, and even the Oscars that our school does were all up in here, but it still did no good. When you came in, it was really drab, really dull. And this is a place that makes first impressions for our parents and people who come to want to work here, and all the other people who come in, and all they saw was this sort of drab brown colour. So this is going to be really brilliant when it's really lit up and looking really good in the future.
What we've tried to do around school is make it an aspirational place to learn. We're trying to get our kids to go further here, you know, really push them to achieve beyond what they think they're capable of, and this is just going to enhance the environment so much more. Having this as the centrepiece for the school, what you see when you come in is just really going to do that for the kids.
So what do you guys think that visitors will think when they walk into the new entrance hall then?
Well, in other words, it won't be as dull as it was last time, so a bit more of a chirpy entrance instead of like, oh no.
It needed improving. It's too dull and boring. You walked in, it sort of depressed you. No, it's all bright and happy.
What would you like to see on the plasma screen?
Simpsons.
The Simpsons?
Yes.
Thistleyhough has other design challenges, such as a rather underused staff room. The deputy head teacher explained why.
Yvonne, tell me about this space.
This is where the staff social relaxation area, if they're not teaching. Staff will come and sit here and perhaps talk or whatever, but very few staff use it because, in actual fact, it's not a place where they want to be. Thistleyhough has a new initiative of open plan, but the pupils can come and see the staff, they can come and watch, and they work in here as well. So, consequently, there's no privacy. I feel that staff don't altogether like that, and certainly it's not got the ambience of being somewhere they can enjoy.
And are there any other areas that staff can use that we might be able to perhaps juggle a bit?
Well, if we walk this way, OK, we can go through, there's a workroom, and it's quite a big area, but it's where the staff go to mark, and that's not really used extensively either, but I haven't really thought about using that, perhaps.
Should we go and have a look?
OK, Sharon, this is our staff workspace. This is the area where they come to mark books and photocopier and things. It's a big area, lots of potential, but not quite sure what we're going to do with it just yet.
Is this a well-used space, Yvonne?
I think there are a number of staff who use it quite regularly, but I wouldn't say that was half the staff. I think maybe a quarter of the staff, perhaps. You're talking about 15, 20 people. It could be used better. There could be more. It could be brighter. It could be more useful. It could be just valued and make them feel valued as well. And that's something which I think we've got to move the school towards, actually showing the staff that we value them.